in Mumbai, Wankiti. I can never get that one right. Always get it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they would have been watching on Sunday, wouldn't they?
No Stoinis yet. Is injured? What's going on?
Ravi Bishnoi to bowl his second over. In fairness, his first one went for just 5. It's Surya Kumar Yadav, a lofted drive through the covers and away for 4.
It's just delightful batting, isn't it?
Did it go quite where he intended?
Straight over extra cover. I think that's the watcher's back foot kick out as he plays this.
I thought that was where he was trying to play it.
Yeah,
it
maybe
kind of squirted.
Yeah, maybe slid a little bit, but he got that sort of 10-pin bowling back leg to open up the hip so he can hit it over extra cover. Got it a little bit squarer, but still enough to bring a 4. Oof, not far past cover.
Lofted up and thrashed, really. Squared the wicket. No timing at all, though. 1 run.
Well, they haven't won very often bowling first, Lucknow. It's not been their method. And with Rohit Sharma, the Mumbai Indians captain, winning the toss.
Here is Green. Bishnoi is in on off stump, forcing shot on the front foot from Green. Partially fielded from Bishnoi, but not enough to prevent Green from coming through for a single. He moves to 40 from 21. He's going at a strike rate of 190. What's his weighted average then?
They've slowed him up.
Was it weighted? What you were talking about weighted average?
Strike rate and average. If you get over 170, you're going okay. His I've got it right here. I think he
on leg stump from Bishnoi. Surya Kumar happy to just prod at this, really.
Yeah, he's
push
up
it through vacant mid wicket for a single.
He's up at 210. So strike rate plus average. If you get to 170, you're having a reasonable tournament. You're having a reasonable go. Anything over 185, you're a special player. He's well up into the 200s. It's just one way we as certainly it was just been something that we talk about as players, the effect you have on the game.
Wide of Cameron Green, who really thrashes at this delivery. Looks at his bat. Googly again, was that from Bishnoi?
I think he's only bowled googly so far. I haven't seen one.
It was the first ball of the over, the googly.
It was delightfully played. Got to the pitch of the ball. It's John Wright, former New Zealand opening batsman, Mumbai Indian. He's been with Mumbai Indians as a supervisor up on those top levels. Yes, lives in Derbyshire, not far from me.
Last ball of the 10th over, floated up by Bishnoi. It's cut away, and is that Stoinis running in from? No, it isn't. It's Berendorf running in from short at third. And we're at the halfway stage here. But I tell you what, it's flown by these 10 overs. It's been entertaining from start to finish. You've seen 2 wickets inside the power play. Both openers gone, Sharma and Kishan. Since they've gone, though, Surya Kumar Yadav, 27 from 16. Cameron Green, 41 from 22. Predominantly on the offside, hitting most of his boundaries, apart from that massive heave over deep square. He's 41. Surya Kumar Yadav has hit 3 boundaries so far. 2 of them over the keeper, and 1 of them through extra cover.
From a bowling perspective, and that's probably a little bit. I don't think they've got it right in terms of their change-ups. I think they've been too much stock ball. And while I agree with stock ball, because you can set a field to it, set your field, bowl your stock ball, bowl to it, get it right. You still have to when teams are going like this, when teams are going at you. You've got 2 right-handers, so you don't have to change your field too much to either of them. I don't think we've seen enough from the quicker guys, enough wrist coming into it, taking the pace off it, especially given the surface. Look, there has been that little bit of kick, which also means there will be that little bit of grip for the slow ball. I just don't think they've used that enough. Certainly to Green, they've just fed Green in and around off stump, and then a bad shorter delivery, and he's jumped on that.
Surya Kumar Yadav to face the first delivery of Naveen's second over, right arm over the wicket and on the up, driving this good length delivery, and he's going to beat the fielder as well, running round from the cover boundary, gets a hand to it but not enough to prevent the 4. 100 up for Mumbai, they're 102 for 2.
He's such a good shot. By the way, if we go average and strike rate, he's 220 for the tournament after having a terrible start. His first 5 innings were I think there might have been 130 in there in the first 5. Tail end of the season, I read a little piece about him, how he just had to find something to do away from cricket, and just to find some little bit of not family life, but just have a distraction, if you like, and round them off.
Wide of the crease, wide of the batter. It's all wrist from Surya Kumar Yadav. Is that the same fielder? This time having to dash from deep point down to deep backward point, and Surya Kumar Yadav comes back for a second. What did you use to get away from the game?
I found it very difficult. I found it very difficult. Hence, I ended up in some
writing.
I did that. And that actually ended up being probably the best thing for me, because I would self-analyse. It was like an enforced self-analysis. So yeah, I did. I'd go home after every playing day. I'd write 600-800 words, and talk about things. So that helped me. But I didn't really have much to get away from the game. But just finding whether it's going to the shopping mall and things like that. They're so limited when you're in India, the chances to get out and away from the hotel. But you have to find a way to round off your life, if you like, and so that cricket doesn't just rule.
Yeah.
But he's come good.
Beaten this time, Surya Kumar Yadav. Again, another forcing shot on the front foot, but beaten past the outside edge.
Really?
You know, Darren Gough used to, when he'd had a bad day, maybe when he had a good day as well, he used to write it down on a piece of paper at the end of the day and then screw it up, throw it in the bin. But no, psychologically, it was a way of essentially putting it to bed.
Well, there's an element of it's enforced self-analysis. Sometimes you just go home and you try not to think about it, but actually, and then sometimes you go home and think about it too much. But yeah, having a little outlet like that, absolutely.
Yeah,
if you throw it away, wherever, that little bit of self-analysis.
Angled in, slower delivery, and Surya Kumar Yadav is going to be caught, pouched on the boundary at long off. A change-up from Naveen, and that is a superb little bit of bowling at exactly the time Look Now Super Giants needed it. Surya Kumar Yadav's got to go for 33, and that's the 3rd wicket to fall. 104 for 3.
Yeah, both these batsmen have been allowed to just hit through the middle of the ball. That's one of the doorknobs where the right-hander rolls the fingers down the left-hand side of the ball. So like a little leg cutter. Slowed it up. He was through the shot, deceived, and a very good catch. Timely, but is it too late? Stronger batting team than bowling team Mumbai. They bat a long way down. They've had issues. They've had so many issues with injuries with their bowlers. No Bumrah, no Archer, but they're batting as a group. Their batting unit. They have some depth, but that partnership was that's taken Mumbai into a wonderful position. Still going at 10s on a surface that we possibly 150 was talked about as being possibly a good score. 150 looks miles too short at the moment, the way Mumbai are going and the way LSG have bowled. I just really don't think they've got it right. That one there, the pace off, that change of pace. Hands gone, couldn't control it. That's what I don't think we've seen enough of. Well,
yeah, it was
finally.
A delightful little bit of bowling. You should remember, of course, that Naveen Ul-Haq, this is just his 2nd over. He has now picked up 2 wickets as well. It was change-up delivery, which saw Surya Kumar Yadav on the shot way too early, and it was almost like a fielding drill before play. Just getting the fielders on the edge of the boundary and essentially just placing the ball.
As a bowler, that's exactly the result. That length, take the pace off, that fielder's there, that's exactly how you want that. That's as good as nicking a guy off in terms of, the start of a test match.
Yeah.
bowl, length, back of a length, looking to get nibble, nicking a guy off. It feels that's the most joyous thing, nicking a guy off, because you've done him. When you do the guy in the air like that as well, that's exactly how he wanted to get and create the wicket, create the dismissal. Beautifully done by Naveen.
Tilak is the new batter. Mumbai Indians are 104 for 3. Cameron Green at the non-strikers end, 41 from 22. Another one here would certainly bring Lucknow back into this contest. Round the wicket to the left-handed Tilak. No room there. He wanted a second, but sent back.
He's done his own fielding, Naveen, there. That's a good piece.
This is all action stuff from Naveen. 105 for 3.
Round the wicket there, and that's gone to mid-wicket. So he's had to run across the pitch, out towards mid-wicket. So he's covered some yards there. He's going to have to get his breath back. But they got the new batsman. And that shot there, that's the one that I think Cameron Green has to work out, has to find. That pocket, trying to get off that pocket to mid-wicket to get that 2. We've seen a couple of dots there, and that's somewhere where the Super Giants have to be a little bit better with.
Long on and long off back here. Last ball of the over. Naveen Ul-Haq is in. Past the umpire, and he has cleaned up Cameron Green.
That's another slow ball.
What a delivery from Naveen Ul-Haq. This game has turned in and over. Both set batsers dismissed. Surya Kumar Yadav has gone for 33 and has been followed by Cameron Green, who's been castled for 41.
Hands away from the body. When you've got that length of levers and you get done with the change of pace, again rolling the fingers over the top of the ball. Oh no, that was the offie this time, and it's gone through the gate. Dream, absolute dream over. A slow ball that gets hit to long off, and then the other set batsman, the destructive bat, coming off 100. You bowl the offie, hands can't change, and you hit the oh, what a dream over.
Wow.
Okay, I don't want to, got to be taking the pace off the ball. Okay, they've worked it out. Maybe a little bit too late, but I think they've found a way now.
Well, that is incredible. When you consider Naveen's other wicket has been Rohit Sharma, that's quite a trio.
It's a dream game.
3 for 16, and he's still got 2 overs remaining as well. The complexion of this match has just altered somewhat. I mean, you mentioned 150. I was going to say, well, Mumbai Indians are going to have to get bowled out if 150 is the target. Naveen Ul-Haq's just getting a little bit of treatment. Looks like he's, I don't know.
I think it's a cut.
Cut his knee.
Yeah. Certainly in his celebration, he's been putting both fingers into his ears. So I get the feeling he's had some bad press somewhere, or he's been getting a fair bit of abuse somewhere, and he's making a real point. All 3 wickets, he stuck his both fingers into his ears, as if to say, I can't hear you, I'm not listening, I'm just going to go about my business. Made a real point of it.
Ravi Bishnoi floats this delivery up to the left-handed Tilak, who is forward and helping the ball along the ground to the fielder wide, long on. 1 run added to the score. And that sound you heard is Ian O'Brien watching a replay of the Cameron Green dismissal. Just
watch, because to the right hand of the off is really dangerous, because it falls into their power arc. It's the easier one for them to adjust to. But when you got the height and the length of levers that Cameron Green has, yeah, it's okay. But it's the topspin flight that he got on that offie that done Cameron Green. It dropped. Yeah, any sort of topspin it drops, that was beautiful.
Tim David facing his first delivery. That's an uncertain prod outside off stump. He's called through for the run by Tilak. The ball has just flown to the fielder inside the circle at short third. Shy the stumps at the non-strikers. Tim Davis home, but
tell you what, an uncertain prod that goes for a single. That's a dream result, isn't it? Dream result. The uncertain prod goes for a single. Absolute dream result.
Get off strike.
That replay of Cameron Green will go in. That'll go in Naveen's book. Forward
is Tilak playing with bat right in front of pad. flicking this ball into the leg side. He'll take another single. Tim David back on strike. 108 for 4 Mumbai Indians after being rocked 2 wickets in and over. Both set batters dismissed here on talkSPORT 2. And remember, you can now watch every game of the IPL live on DAZN, along with the best in boxing. So much more as part of your subscription. Visit dazn.com now. Ravi Bishnoi is in again and giving the batter the hurry up. No room whatsoever to free his arms. The big Tim David.
But the thing about that one, instead of being that uncertain front foot prod, he's given himself the time to read it off the back foot and have gone on about it. We saw the South African wicketkeeper scored the 100 for the Sunrisers. I'll come back to it, but
Bishnoi again to the left-handed Tilak, who has climbed into this and has swatted the ball up over mid-wicket for 6.
That's a shot. I was talking about Klassen.
Ah, yes.
And how he plays.
Last time we were together. Just being able to wait
and watch the spinners off the back foot. And so the second one there from David was how you have to approach it. But that, down on one knee, up and under. Catch you later. That just changed. 2 wickets, boom, boom, 6. Comfortable 6. Just changes that feel again.
Last ball of the over, and Tilak, he shapes to run this down to third, but there's a fielder inside the circle. There's no point doing that, so actually just forces this out into the offside and comes through for a comfortable single. At 12 overs in, Mumbai Indians 116 for 4 here on talkSPORT 2.
Yeah, Naveen Huck coming back on, so he had a little bit of treatment to his left knee. You can see a bit of a scuff on his trousers, so at some stage, it must have been that one that went out to mid-wicket when he ran, slid, turn around on a used pitch. So on the used block, he's run, slid, and must have taken taken a couple of layers of skin off, bit of blood, bit of mess. He won't be bowling this over though, I don't think. But dream over. Those 2 wickets, changing the game completely, but I think you'll feel it as well. That over there, it's changed that feeling. And Mumbai are back in charge again, just with that 1 over and that 1-6. It's sort of, that little balance meter, if you like, of who's got the confidence. It's already back with Mumbai on the back of that 2 wicket over.
Krunal Pandya to bowl his 4th over, and Tilak is comfortably back. And there's huge gaps on the leg side, so he'll take a single and get Tim David back on strike. Mumbai moved to 117 for 4 here on talkSPORT 2, start the 13th.
He's looked so comfortable from the word go to that. Just back foot, slog sweep, so just easy as you like. He's just made batting out there look as easy as some of the players that have come before him. Tough scenario on the back of those 2 wickets. Just watch how David plays, see if he can sort of calm and play things off the back foot and work on the onside, how he's going to play it.
This is fired in on leg stump. David takes a single to long on. Be interesting to see how these two go about things, because we know how destructive they both are. But there's not a huge amount of batting to come. Chris Jordan is a fine player, but he comes in with a strike rate of 110. He's certainly no Kyron Pollard in his pomp, is he? Leg sides at this time from the bowler, and another run to the score.
The replay.
How many times have you seen this?
You'll hear that through the effects. That bowled of Cameron Green. Every time you hear that, that's the Cameron Green dismissal. Outfoxed.
Pandya in. 4th, 5th stump line. Tim David, another tall man, is playing this back and straight down the ground, really, to long off for another single. And it's 120 for 4.
It's going to be one of those replays that gets played in the highlights package when the whole tournament gets put together, and it's going to be one of those highlights of the 2023, and Cameron Green is going to have to see that hundreds of times.
On the reverse is Tim David. No, it's not Tim David, it's Tilak. But the connection wasn't true. In fact, it didn't come off on the bat. So it'll be no run. Premeditated. There was no run. 120 for 4. The score remains.
I'm not sure about that. He hasn't bowled into the stumps at all this innings. And that one was, I'm not sure why Tilak would reverse when he...
This time into the leg side is Tilak. Tim David is calling Tilak through for a second, but Tilak would have been well short if that run had been completed. So tidy over from a Look Now Super Giants perspective. Krunal Pandya's 4 overs have been wicketless. His second one was expensive. He's gone for 38. Tilak 13, Tim David 4, and Mumbai Indians find themselves 121 for 4 after 13 overs.
Tilak's quite good at getting a single off the last ball of the over. He's managed to push that last one to cover, that little push one to cover for a single the previous over. He's got a single there to keep the strike. David was keen to get back, and Tilak sort of dominating this one. I want to face them all. What have we got? 7 overs to go. 1-2-1 for 4. 170's big. 170 will be a massive score to chase.
Well, that's only 50 runs away, and they've got 7 overs left, Mumbai, so I think they're going to be thinking a little higher than 170.
Oh, absolutely, but I think 170 is going to be massive. If just watching how those slow balls, now they've started to bowl them, are working for them.
Yash Thakur, short delivery, a little look to the square leg umpire. This is going to be given as a legal delivery as Tilak tries to uppercut this ball, but fails to connect. No run from the first ball of the 14th over.
There's no sky hook ramping.
Well, that was a similar that was how Ishan Kishan got out from the same bowler earlier on in the piece. Very similar, but this time no connection. As Thakur is in, this is a slower delivery, fuller as well, on off stump. Tilak is forward and will take a single.
Just slightly too full, but good. Just making the batter wait. But if that was 6 inches shorter, he's just through the shot a little bit more, and that pops up. But better, good. Get him off strike, dot, and a single. Put the heat on the other the batsman that hasn't quite got going yet. David 4 off 4. Certainly the more nervous looking of the two.
Here is Tim David as Thakur is in. On the front leg again is David. Again, like the first ball of his innings. There's no real expectation in that shot. He'll take a single, get off strike.
Just sat on that again, another slow ball, good length, sort of into the wicket. So if it is going to grip, but he just sat on it nicely out to the covers, doing his job. Keep that rotating. You lose 2 quickies, you do have to create a partnership, and if someone goes at run a ball and the other guy is a 150 strike rate, then life's pretty good. Life's pretty good right now.
Yeah, it is indeed. Tilak 14 from 11. Tim David 5 from 5. Chris Jordan, the man down on the team sheet to come in next, as this delivery from Yash Thakur. Another change up, another fuller delivery, another slower one. And this is bunted out into the offside for a single. Good over so far. Look Now Super Giants just dragging their way back into this contest. Mumbai Indians aware they don't have a lot of batting to come. Certainly their big guns are either at the crease now or have already departed. 124 for 4.
No boundaries yet this over. 2 balls left. The heat on the bowler, the heat on David. David boundary or just looking for a single? What's he going to do?
Creeps down the crease, does Tim David, and possibly Thakur just drags his length back a touch, rides the bounce, but just be another single. 125 for 4. Just got a feeling something's going to happen here, Ian O'Brien.
Yeah, exactly. It's that there's a fuse going, and it just. Any cricket, you create pressure in someone. It's the first one to break, and there's right here at the moment. It's that if you get inside the game, there is a lot more going on than what that feeling right now. No boundaries in this over. So there's pressure on the bowler to not give one up. Pressure on Tilak.
Tilak is forward and he tries to heave this ball up and over. But again, there's no timing. Couple of bounces. And that's a good over from Yash Thakur. He's picked up a wicket. His 2 overs have gone for just 13. We're at the 14 over stage. Mumbai Indians 126 for 4 here on talkSPORT 2 as the strategic timeout is called.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner of the English Football League.
Here's musician and TV radio host Mylene Class for Skechers Arch Fit footwear.
My day-to-day is jam-packed, including being a full-time mum. And if you're busy like me, you can't be slowed down by uncomfortable footwear with no support. So, I get all the comfort and arch support I need with Skechers Arch Fit footwear. Skechers teamed up with